Yes, ladies, we are live streaming. This is on my YouTube page as well. I just saw something really weird happen. Y'all got to excuse me. So I'm making sure that I post this in the group. How is everybody feeling? Yesterday was just absolutely amazing. We are on day two. I promise you, we are not going to come any shorter than we did the day before. And so before I get to talking like too hard, I'm going to give some of you guys a chance to actually get the notification and come on here, but I want to share a nugget with you all. I'm going to make sure that I keep the nugget really quick. I know sometimes I could talk, but I promise you, I am going to keep the nugget really quick. And then also share some things with you all from a technological side, just to make sure everybody is clear on what's going on. And to give you some updates, just to make sure that everybody's also clear with everything with the challenges. And so, come on in, come on in. Not sure who's here. See the numbers starting to shift. So, I had a Facebook memory pop up today, and I want to share this nugget with you all because some of you are digging deep into the summit and some of you are tiptoeing around it. And last year, around this time, I had a memory pop up, and the name of it basically was, this whole video was that not knowing is not an excuse. And I gave an example spiritually and I gave an example practically. And to make a long story short, maybe almost a decade ago, my husband and I were driving. We went to a funeral in Mississippi, and on the way back home, it was me, him, his mom, his father, his stepdad, the kids. We all had drove down there to go to a funeral, and on the way back, he rolled past a police officer that had someone else pulled over. And he immediately got in his car and came and pulled my husband over. It was almost as if it was staged. And he was like, "Yeah, do you know about the move over law? You didn't move over. You could have put me at risk." And so my husband was like, "Sir, I'm sorry. I had no idea about that." "Yeah, well, ignorance is no defense to the law." Bam, he gave him a ticket. He had a really shitty disposition. He had a house nigga disposition, and I'm just being real. But then if you read the scripture in the Bible, it talks about the coming of God and how those that don't properly prepare and they know better, they gonna get a harsh lashing. And those that do know better, that those that don't know better, that they'll get a lighter lashing. But nevertheless, if you're not prepared, you still going to get in trouble. And so we tend to not think about this in entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, we like, yeah, my business would be doing better if things would be greater if I only knew. And you can't use that as an excuse. At the end of the day, if you don't know that touching a hot stove is going to burn you, that doesn't mean when you touch the hot stove that it's not going to burn you. And so, for the people that are on YouTube that are seeing this video, and for the people that are even in the group that are seeing this video, if you're not plugging in and you're not getting the information that you need, whether that is your marketing strategy, how to handle your finances, lead generation, knowing how to launch courses, all of these things we talked about, and then some, if you aren't exercising due diligence to get the answers and setting your spirit in a place where you can actually attract those answers to come to you, you have to take ownership. You have to take ownership for the position that you're in. Not knowing can't be the answer. And when there are individuals like myself, because I do pride myself in what I do, but I know that I'm not the only person that has this same level of vigor and fervor towards helping other people in business, and then making sure that there are affordable options, not just always high ticket options, that the information is out there. But whether or not you're doing what you need to do with yourself to make sure you get that is a completely different story. And that's just being real. And so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that right there. That's my golden nugget for you all today. I want to tell you all a couple things too, just to make sure we're all okay. Most of you, if you're watching this video, you've already been in the group, but some of your friends are coming into the group. You're sponsoring people, and if you sponsor someone, or you know that there's a friend or someone that should be there, good morning, girlfriend. I don't know if you got to hear my whole little nugget. I kept it under 5 minutes, but I did give a very powerful nugget this morning about getting the access to the information you need to do what you need to do in your business. But back to this whole thing with the technological part. So if you had to explain to somebody what they're doing by coming into the Authentic Collective, that or the Business Mastery Summit, rather, think of it just like Facebook. Facebook is a big old website. It's a big old community. But when in the community, there are sub communities, and those are what you call the Facebook groups. And so, good morning, Queen. I see you too, Annette. And so people, if they, and I sent out, I did, you guys, you have to open up your emails for the ones that are attendees. For the speakers, it's a little bit different. I gave you video information inside of the private group to let you know how things would be rolling out. But for the people that are attendees, I did send out an email with an audio as well as a visual visual pictures to show you that just like coming into Facebook, you guys are coming into the Authentic Collective. And inside of the Authentic Collective is the Business Mastery Group. So some of you, and I've even reached out to people that are inside of the Authentic Collective, and they're watching all the videos and stuff from what we've been doing in the regular feed. And I'm like, no. And I'm sending a message and saying to them, you need to come inside of the Business Mastery Group. You can watch those things later, but for right now, it's about everybody getting fed from the summit. Okay. So that's the biggest announcement that I want to put out with that. Just a reminder, everybody already knows promoting the summit and helping the progression of it so that more people keep signing up, that right there is not looked at lightly. I appreciate the word of mouth. Something else that I'm going to end up doing too is extending my affiliate program, because I have another summit that will be coming up in July. And then I want to allow you guys that understand the caliber of events that I promote to be able to receive commissions back too. Because ultimately, the bigger vision for my business is to continuously grow, but create opportunities for other people to accumulate wealth. And so, those of you that are visionaries, you'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing it now, and I might get 10, 20, maybe even $100 or $200. But as my business keeps growing, then you're like, oh, shoot, I can get like $80, $200, or even up to $1,000 because of the way that my commission structure is set up. And so I just wanted to put that out there. But the things that are up for grabs, and I'm putting this out there because some of you are new and you did not hear this yesterday. There's 1 month of free coaching with me. There is a free strategy session that's 90 minutes that'll be recorded for you. A free 45-minute session that will be recorded for you. There'll be somebody will be refunded, reimbursed for their ticket. Somebody will get a ticket to the Authentic Collective Summit from last year, which has to do with mindset and past traumas. And then I'm going to be giving out 3 books. And I want you guys to understand something. Most of you all, I mean, some of y'all are just going crazy with it. The pictures that you're putting up, the screenshots you're putting up, the words that you're putting out. You've been coming on the Zoom videos. You've been expressing how you feel about the summit. Please understand that some of you might be like, okay, I'm just going to post. And posting is good too. But I want you to understand this. Hey, Elizabeth, it's about what I remember. Okay, it's about what I remember. And this is why what I'm about to tell you about how you win the prize this is me actually giving you a nugget for your business. So some of you, if all you do is post, and so far everybody's been doing more than just putting a picture up in a link. Most of you have put some kind of context to it. When I go through and I read what you wrote, and I'm like, well, dang, that's how she felt about that. Okay. Wow. And I know that that's going to impact somebody. It's going to pull at their heartstrings. Even if they don't buy a ticket right now, they feeling guilty. Then I hear passion in your voice. So if you just put up a post and says, here's a picture, the summit's still alive, you can come. That's one thing. But if you put up a picture and you like, look, this speaker right here transformed my mindset about how I'm thinking. Let me have a moment of vulnerability. Or, you're creative. My net, I'm going to tell you things that I remember. Annette, I remember the fact that you went crazy. You let me show you my iPad. Let me show you my laptop. Let me show y'all that I'm getting myself fed. That level of vulnerability and freedom and flexibility is the same thing that you should do for your own business. Dartrell, you went and just broke that whole thing down, and then you put screenshots of all of the different speakers. Lonnie did something like that too. Even though she didn't particularly even say that it was specifically to promote the summit, Imani did a video just saying dang, I just got through listening to a segment and I realized that I do have to be in love with the sound of my own voice. And I've graduated and I know what that looks like and what it feels like because I'm better. But I'm just looking over my journey and how it makes me feel. And so it's all about the heart and the passion. And as entrepreneurs, you're getting so much inspiration and clarity. I'm so happy that you are. But it's about what are you doing that'll create a memory? What are you doing that will cause someone to say, okay, I need to stop playing and I need to be moving forward. And when I look at it, will I be like, oh, they just doing something just so they can be able to say, I hope I win because I put up 50 posts. Somebody else may only have put up 25, but they were the most heartfelt, thought driven posts that they possibly could put out there. And so I can tell that some of you, you're quoting these speakers, you're putting out tangible nuggets, using like the little Facebook backgrounds and stuff like that. And so you're letting it be known. This is the same kind of energy that you have to have with your own events. And all of you that are here, you have felt that energy from my copy, from the copy that the speakers have put out, from the energy that's been out there. And so I just want to encourage you all that I want quality over quantity, quality over quantity. Hey, Miss Erica. And so that's the biggest thing. And what many of you should be learning while you're listening to all of these speakers is that, you know what? They're all challenging me to really stand up in my authenticity. They're all challenging me to recognize my truth. They're all challenging me to stand up in my power and not dim my light. I actually spoke with a young lady yesterday that was having trouble getting onto the site, and she was like, yeah, well, I ain't worried about being behind or whatever. And she said, because I'm real advanced, I learn things really fast. And so sometimes, and listen to me, sisters, because this one right here, you've all said a version of this with your list. She was like, so I just it's better that I'm a little behind anyway, because I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna soak this stuff up. And then when I start talking and I'm doing what I'm doing, I just catch on so fast. And a lot of people think I'm too much. So since I'm too much, I don't want to come in there and then have to deal with the fact that I'm bothering people. And I was like, Queen, we don't even know each other that well. I might offend you and you'd have just barely bought your damn ticket. But that shit don't make no sense. Don't say that, because it's not true. It's not true. Look at me. Look at me and how I show up. Look at how I talk. She was like, yeah, I'm watching you, girl, because you don't care. And I see how you talking. And so, but that's you. And I just wanted to have, I'm good. I'ma show up. I just need your permission or whatever. Cause and I don't want the rest of the people. And I said, but see, you've been hanging around the wrong people. And the reason why you've been hanging around the wrong people is because you don't walk in your truth. So you're saying you're bold, you're saying these things, but you're not truly unapologetic. Because if you were truly authentic and unapologetic, you would be who you were, and all of those other people would have to take 10 steps back and 10 steps back and sat down. And if you were really doing that, then you would be naturally always gravitating towards women like myself. Because what you all should be recognizing in every single one of these videos, every woman has a completely different personality. But every single woman has bossed up and been like, let me get into my position of authority. And let me tell you why what I'm saying is the truth. And this is what you should do. And this is what you ain't going to do. And please believe that my speakers were told before they got on there, this is your segment. I'm following your lead, and I'm going to, say some things, because as a coach and a mindset leader and a facilitator of the summit, there's some things that I want to make sure are pulled out. But other than that, this is you. And you better show up and you better shine, because what's the point of doing this video if you're going to half-ass it? If somebody needs to work with you, how they going to know it if you don't show up? So like I told her, I put a post up the other day on Facebook. If two queens sitting, if one queen comes and sits next to another queen, does one of them become less of a queen? And all of us, and the vast majority of people, grand morning, beautiful, and the majority of people said no. But I told her, but what you just said is yes. See, if my light is shining and your light is shining, I mean, anybody ever been in a room where like a light switch got cut on? And maybe it was an overhead switch, but then maybe there was a lamp in the room and then you cut that on. You're like, oh, good, it's brighter in here. My light, your light, her light, all our light, that just only makes stuff way, way, way more bright. You know what I'm saying? So be careful. This is, you guys, all of you are here for more reasons than you really imagine. You might think that all you needed was some help with your finances and your budgeting. You might think that, like the sister, if you all saw the video yesterday on Facebook, that you just need that one question answered. How do I communicate my value get better? Sweetie, I love you, but your whole disposition says you don't even have any value. You're moving from a spirit and a place of desperation. And so more is caught than taught is something that I say. I could teach you all day long and tell you what authenticity is, or I could come up on here and I can be myself and let you see what authenticity is. And you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So me and the words and the picture and the activity and the video is worth 1,000,000. And so what you all are observing is the true full essence of power being illuminated by all of these women. Yes, all of the lights, all of the lights. So Keep your mind open. A couple of you have messaged me in the background. You all can message me. Please be patient if it takes me a second to get to them because I'm navigating so much. But like I told somebody that sent me a message via Facebook today about the summit, put your feedback in the group. Put your feedback under those videos. Don't low key come to me. No, let everybody needs to share in your personal growth. Now, if you're not ready to do that yet, please understand that that's an even bigger barrier than you realize. But everybody needs to understand where we're all going and growing. I mean, you don't have to, you paid for your ticket. So, or somebody paid for it for you. So if trolling is the way you want to do it, then by all means, troll your, I see your comments coming up. I think this, yeah, Camille. Yeah, sorry, I said the things was getting to me. Your transparency is what's going to get you to your next level, and other people need to see it so that they can. Because the first one to speak up is usually the one to get the girl. I was thinking the same thing. Comment. I was feeling the same kind of way, and especially as Black women, we got to stop thinking that we feeling or we thinking something different and always wanting to handle our stuff in the shadows. Because when we handle them in the shadows or we handle them alone, they're still festering with us. When we are handling them in the midst of other people, see, other people oftentimes make us feel like shit because they're calling out stuff in us that we don't want to see. And sometimes we can get caught up because they don't call it out the way we want them to call it out. But damn it, the truth is the truth. And so when somebody's rubbing you the wrong way or it's feeling some kind of way, you always got to go back and ask yourself, but why does it make me feel that way? You know what I'm saying? You say if she only knew. You get so much power and transparency feed all of us. Yeah, I'm seeing you. I just acknowledge you. I'm just trying not to read all of them so I can get my butt off of here because I want to keep this under 20 minutes. So there's a lot for you all to learn. So the first nugget was basically really breaking down how not knowing can't be your excuse. I gave more details, but if you don't know the stove is hot and you touch it, if you don't know better that you shouldn't touch a hot stove, you still gonna get burned if you do it. And so not knowing what to do as an entrepreneur, if you don't know and you get out there and you run your business, you still going to fall and you're going to get scraped. But if you take the time, like when the police officer pulls you over and you say, well, officer, I didn't know. And he says, ignorance is no defense to the law. That's a universal truth. Ignorance is not your excuse for not accomplishing anything. And one of those reasons why is because if you learn to position yourself energetically, you will attract the answers that you need. And this summit is an example of the answers. Think about all of the people that you all know that you said you need to come, and not just random people looking at your post. I know my speakers in particular have reached out to people and said, queen, sis, girlfriend, heifer, I don't know what you called her. You need to get your tail up over there because we was just talking about this yesterday. I'm working with the woman. I see it with my own eyes. Please come on. Some of you all have told people, I'm in the midst of this. Quit playing. Get over there. And they still haven't moved. And whatever excuse they got, it doesn't matter. Even when there were free tickets still available, they didn't jump up. It didn't matter. And so this is the non-excuse zone. Being in the midst of the Authentic Collective, being in the midst of the Business Mastery Summit, you all are here because you're saying no longer will I have an excuse. And like I said, you will use the tools that you got. Could you learn this faster if you were working with me as a one-to-one client and I was going through each thing with you? The things that are my expertise, absolutely. But many of you, if you truly understand my value, saying I can't afford it shouldn't be a part of your language. You should just be able to say, I know that I'm in the midst of a queen that has resources. So whatever resources she has, I'm going to take my time and do the work. Some of you, it may not be enough to make your business transform within the next 72 hours, but just by going through the workbook and really doing the work and answering the questions, many of you should be getting epiphanies alone. And you go as far as you can take yourself. And I promise you, God will reward you with a peace of mind. He will even reward you financially. And then as you're going forward, you just may have to say, Dag, I just started making money in my business, but now I got to go invest with Dotrell because my confidence ain't right, or because it might not even be me or whoever it is. And then you make the necessary investments so that you can make the necessary shifts. So we're not slowing down. It's getting deeper and deeper. Today, we starting off with Burnett. We're talking about speaking engagements, time management, events, daycare, kids and money, writing your book, and energy and time management. And all of these sisters And that's what I was saying, Erica, is for the workbook alone is worth more than $27. Um, these sisters are bringing it. These sisters are going to be bringing it. So let's tune in. Let's get ready. We at 20 minutes. I love y'all. Those of you that are playing catch up, catch up. The first video is at 11 o'clock. The note, remember, all of the videos are in the group. All of the speakers' information is up under their video. You can go up under there, click their links to go connect with them on social media, click their links to opt in and to get their gifts. And all of the devices work differently. Some of you, because Android and Apple and all of them are different, whether you're on the iPhone or the iPad. I wish that I could do something to make that part of the user experience better. I know I can make an announcement next time in the future, but I am this part of it. I will say, and thank you for expressing it on the video, Erica. I am learning this part as I go too. But some of you, as soon as you click the video, it's taking you to the Vimeo platform where the videos are hosted at, and you're commenting there. Some of you are able to get them in the group. Some of you are having to save your comments until the video is over and type them afterwards. It's just the way that the platform is set up. And as they're changing and they're growing, they're doing more. So I love you all. If you have any questions, let me know. And in the meantime, and in between time, my baby's and opened up the door. It's my time to get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.